The Galaxy Watch 8 might just offer the smoothest UI experience on a smartwatch ever. But does a crazy sleek interface justify its weird design, poor battery life and sky-high price tag? Let's inspect. Hey yo, so good to meet you. I'm Michael and it's time for me to share with you the detailed review of the Galaxy Watch 8. This is the 44mm edition, the regular version without LTE, something that financially, in my opinion, makes the best sense given 2025's Samsung Galaxy Watch series. And it's not going to be just a specs dump. I would talk about my experience with it and share with you all these little findings that I've discovered throughout the testing period. And of course, I'm going to be comparing it to last year's Galaxy Watch 7 model, to the Google Pixel line and the OnePlus Watch line, everything that is meaningful on the market and runs WearOS. And I'll say it up front, the Galaxy Watch 8 is it's a decent smartwatch, but it is frustrating, it is overhyped and borderline overpriced. So let's break it down. Let's go for the health tracking analysis, because that's one of the main reasons why people buy smartwatches these days, right? The Galaxy Watch 8 uses the same bioactive sensor as the Watch 7, but Samsung has spent the last year improving the algorithms behind it, and it shows. Heart tracking is now a lot more reliable, closer to the accuracy of Garmin devices. SpO2 and stress tracking is also very responsive. As for sleep tracking, better than before, more detailed. It even tries to track the sleep stages more accurately. But here's the twist, it still overestimates wake-ups. According to the watch, I apparently wake up 5 to 6 times per night, while I don't. And the biggest issue? Daily charging. If you forget just once before bed, no sleep tracking, and that's a major limitation for a health-focused device. The visuals though, chef's kiss. Colorful, insightful, motivational. If you're into well-being, this is a joy to look at, but it's hard to commit long-term if the watch can't keep up with your life. When it comes to sports and workouts, the Galaxy Watch 8 is okay, yeah, just okay. It supports dozens of workout types and gives you some useful customization options. Auto tracking is actually decent as well. But if you're a serious runner, a cyclist or someone who trains regularly, this isn't the watch I'd recommend. Why? Because the battery life is really limiting, there is no button-only navigation and no dedicated sport-first user interface. Garmin still rules here, even basic Forerunner models offer a better athlete experience. With Galaxy Watch 8, you're always wrestling between beauty and practicality. The Samsung Health app handles the data well, clean categories, motivational tips, but it's just not built for athletes. Let's talk about the design next. This is where the things get weird. Samsung has tried to mimic Apple's aesthetic with what we can call squircle, a round display crammed into a squarish body. The result? A watch that looks confusing and wastes space. I really don't like it. It's neither classic round nor modern square, just doesn't feel cohesive. The buttons? Customizable, but only with Samsung's preset limitations. Want the top button to open your app drawer and the bottom one to start the workouts? Too bad, not allowed. Took me over a week to relearn the button logic and it still doesn't feel intuitive. And here comes the cherry on top, new straps. They're wider, slightly more comfortable, but completely incompatible with Galaxy Watch 5, 6 or 7. If you've built a strap collection, say goodbye to it. We're gonna have to start from scratch. Want to hear more about the specs? Feels like an echo from a year ago. The Exynos W1000, which is built on 3nm, 2GB of RAM, 32GB of storage, GPS, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, NFC, a battery which has a capacity of 435 mAh, IP68 water resistance, there's a new fresh version of WearOS, and USB-C magnetic charging. All of these specs? Like too many similarities to the Galaxy Watch 7. For example, the system on a chip inside is the same, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's built on a 3nm process, supposed to be battery efficient, at least this is what Samsung claim, although for a smartwatch which you have to recharge every 30 hours, doesn't sound like really battery efficient. A lot of the health tracking sensors are the same. If you're looking to highlight the upgrades, I would say yes, those straps which are super easily detachable now, like the Apple Watch series, you just press and it pops out and then you click and it's back on. I bet Samsung are going to keep the very same concept for the Galaxy Watch 9 series. If you're looking for recognizable upgrades, well, the battery capacity from 425 mAh goes up to 435 mAh, which is ridiculous, less than 5% of an upgrade. And yet, something which I feel is really nice, well, it was already nice with the Galaxy Watch 7, the display. It is bright, 3000 nits peak brightness, crisp, colorful, fluid, looks amazing in all conditions. But it's still round, and that limits how much information you can actually see. If Samsung offered a square edition, I'd be first in line. The battery life, however, is the Achilles heel of the Galaxy Watch 8. Realistically, you'll need to charge it every 24 to 30 hours, maybe less if you use always-on display or do frequent workouts. And don't expect fast charging either. The speed is unchanged since the Watch 6. Compare this to OnePlus Watch 3, which charges in under an hour and lasts 3+ days, and this new Samsung feels outdated. Want to track sleep and morning workouts? You better plan every charge carefully. Connectivity is solid on the other hand, no complaints here. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth are present, NFC is available for contactless payments, and the GPS, which is super accurate and locks in quickly. Basically the same as Watch 7, and that's a good thing. If we try to stay away from the hardware for a moment, this is Samsung's best smartwatch software so far. One UI Watch 8 looks sleek, runs fast and has a lot of widgets to customize your experience. But there still are certain limitations, for example, no toggle for the wrist raise gesture, and it cannot be added. Button remapping feels shallow and some features just feel hidden or limited. Google Play Store support is available, of course. This is WearOS, tons of apps, some are paid though, lots of watch faces as well, and decent support for messaging. Comes with Gemini out of the box, which is really exciting, and also we still can use Bixby for some voice stuff. Overall, the UI is smooth and enjoyable, but Samsung still holds too much control over what users can tweak. Now, the communication to your smartphone, and this part is gonna be a little messy. Galaxy Wearable for watch management, Galaxy Health for fitness data, there's an additional plugin required for Samsung smartwatches for non-Galaxy smartphones, and you're required to use an extra app if you want ECG. And it only works on Samsung smartphones. It is bloated, scattered, and inconsistent. Going back to the ECG function, and I keep on repeating this to my friends, with smartwatches, the ECG feature is overrated. It represents just one line out of 12 that a regular medical ECG consists of, so has less than 10% chance to catch any heart irregularities. Since all these smartphone apps have a lot of options, I'm highlighting what is interesting and fun to try. Of course, given the lack of meaningful hardware updates, Samsung focuses your attention on AI, but most of it is a gimmick over here. Speaking of gimmicks, this reminds me of the drawbacks, so here's the list. The poor battery life, the not-so-customizable buttons, the new strap format, the confusing squircle design, the multiple apps required for a smartphone, and the relatively high launch price. In the end, my dear tech friends, I think that the Galaxy Watch 8 represents a premium paradox because it does everything good, but nothing which we can say exceptionally good. Extremely smooth user interface, probably the smoothest in the industry. Beautiful visuals, very tight integration to all the Galaxy smartphone line, because you get some exclusive features just with your Galaxy device. And yet, it fails there where it hurts the most, namely the battery life. And I feel that what is really difficult to comprehend is the fact that probably in 10 to 12 months from now, the resale value of this body is going to drop by up to 50%, which means that it's either something not quite right with the series, or probably Samsung should rethink their annual release cycle given the not too many upgrades. Now, who is this smartwatch for? I would say for everybody who is a big Samsung fan and always is looking for the latest and greatest, and for all these people who get a really sweet deal by purchasing a premium Samsung smartphone as well. Or at least this is my opinion about yours, and all your comments, questions, suggestions and experience. The invited comments are down below the video. Thanks a lot for watching this episode till the end. It would be greatly appreciated if you can support my work here. Giving me a like and subscribing to the channel is the least you can do. And also, if you want to buy something, only in the case you need to do so, check the video description area for affiliate links. No additional cost to you, but greatly helps me to keep the quality of the channel at this level. And I guess I'm going to see you soon. Live a good and healthy life and wish you a fantastic day. Bye.